Hello everyone, and you're watching Bitcoin Bubble news channel. Once more, Bitcoin is making progress even though it is going back a little. We need to keep an eye on this. Bitcoin Bubble stands out because it is clear and easy to use. There's no limit to who can join, no matter how much they know about crypto or how new they are to it. Guess who is watching us now? Robert Kiyosaki is the author of the best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad. We'd also like to use this chance to thank everyone who put their trust in us. We read every message, and the best part, it's not expensive. If you sign up now, you'll get all the new information for free. Stay ahead of the trends instead of just following them. Today, sign up for Bitcoin Bubble and enjoy the new edge. Let's talk about these things and more in this film. Let's see what we have. So let's take a look at the markets. The Dow is up almost 500 points for the day, and the Nasdaq is also up almost 500 points or 2.65%. That's a really big move. Okay, this is a huge move. The SP is up about 90 points or 1.6%. Today, even oil is moving a lot. It's up $2, plus gold is also going up by 29. There is a lot of money going into everything in the markets. The price of Bitcoin is also going up. The important thing for Bitcoin now is that it looks like it will stay above that famous turning line. We'll talk about that chart in a moment, but if it does, that is very, very strong for Bitcoin in the short term, as long as it stays above the pivot line and doesn't fall back below it. Take a look at this sea of green, please. There is a lot of green here, especially in the electronics. Apple is up 4% and Nvidia is up 4.5%. When these two stocks go up, the market value is about $7 trillion or $6 trillion. The Nasdaq can't be down for very long. When you add in the 2% from Microsoft and the 2% from Google, Meta is up 4.5% for the day. All of those companies that can handle trillions of dollars. Amazon should be added at 1.72. With those kinds of gains, the market had no chance of going down today. Right now, when I look at the whole list, the one thing that stands out is this Walmart. The store is red today. Walmart has been a safe name. When people were worried, they bought things at Walmart. Walmart went up and down. Look at that chart. It's straight up and to the right. You can see a bit of an under-risking now though, right? That's why people are getting back into these hot stocks. That's why Walmart is having a bad day today. You could also see that some of the financials were guarded. There is some red in the financials for you to see. Again, this means that technology is very green. What a big gainer that was this week. Okay, come back with me. As we go through today, let's look at some of these charts. Just to quickly go over the SP 500, let's move on to the day's trading. In fact, I'm going to show you the Fed's ruling from yesterday. We just make sure we cover all the bases here. Okay, please wait while I bring that chart up here. Okay, let's come back with me. Look at this chart of the SP 500. This was the big first rise on the SP on the 10-minute chart when the Federal Reserve announced a 50 basis point cut. On the other hand, we saw the prices going down, and I even talked about this. I told you guys. In this case, the market close is pretty shaky, right? I want to get rid of these extra lines. But once more, the market was hanging by a thread, and those banks had some kind of conference call last night where they said, hey guys, we can't let this happen. I don't want to pay out this much money if the market craps out right before options X. I don't wish to pay out all these puts. Okay, let's change the story. Boom, right? That's it, right? It was right here for you to see. This was the 8, the 7.50, the 10-minute candle at 7:50 p.m. Eastern Time. Check out that move. Here is your light for 4 a.m. After that, it was just sideways to slightly up chop for the rest of the day as retail kept things going. My view is that this is just plain old manipulation, but it is what it is, right? So it's our job to trade it in the end. But one thing I would say, and guys, I've already said this, is that the market should hold up tomorrow. If choices X are taken care of next week, be very, very careful. Today could be a day to take a break. We might see a drop back down, especially if there is any kind of business data that shows that things are getting worse. Again, the Federal Reserve tried to make it sound better yesterday at the press meeting with Jerome Powell. But once more, any kind of bad economic news will cause trouble in the stock market and risky assets. Okay, I just wanted to make a quick stop by these stocks. Today is a great day for Tesla. Great move up. One Tesla level to keep an eye on. Okay, let's take a look. This has been a level for Tesla. Okay, this is a chart I like to show you. All of this fits together, right? We call that a wedge shape, but it's really a bullish wedge. A lot of people would think, oh, isn't that bearish from this drop? Yes, but the flat top makes it possible for prices to go up, at least in the short run. Where do you go? Guys, there's a gap fill right here, and that's pretty much where we've gone today. Once more, you are running into some trouble with Tesla here. Is it strong enough? Can it test this high again? That will be your next big obstacle. But tomorrow, just keep an eye on this area. Yes, you are above it at the moment, but let's see where it trades in the next day or so. Even though the economy as a whole is doing well, like with the Federal Reserve cutting interest rates, Bitcoin is still having a hard time breaking above the $65,000 mark. Traders are paying close attention to key marks. If spot turnover stays high or breaks above $66,000, $300 could mean a big change in the market's direction. Even though it hit $64,133 this week, Bitcoin is still stuck below $65,000. This resistance is very important for any possible rise to new highs. Bitcoin prices have been going up and down, but spot volumes are still low, and most of the recent price changes are due to futures liquidations rather than long-term buyers. When the Federal Reserve cut interest rates by 50 basis points, it gave markets a boost. Bitcoin and the P500 both did well, but there was no clear rise afterward. Futures and options markets continue to have an effect on Bitcoin's price. If the price breaks above the 200-day moving average at $64,000, shorts could get rid of their positions, which would drive the price up. To break through its declining trend line and start a possible shift in the higher timeframe market structure, Bitcoin needs to close each day above $66,000 or $300. Traders are keeping a close eye on the $64,000 to $66,000 to $66,000 area because a clear break could start a new rising phase for Bitcoin. At this point, it looks like it will confirm no matter what. That's going to prove it. As you can see, there is a small tail on top where prices are coming back in. But this was your close yesterday. We crossed the middle line and closed. If it closes above yesterday's high, this is your proof today. That's right. Then you want the price to move back up to the pivot line, and then boom. That's what I would try to find. Okay. Now listen, is it possible that it goes back below the pivot line and confirms again? Of course it's possible. It is possible for anything to happen. The catch is that you lose money if you buy here and it confirms below. Done. You leave the trade now. That is one of the best things about knowing the approval signal. It will start to favor down here once it reconfirms, or if it does, I should say. You want to get out of this area quickly, take a small loss and move on. But the odds will be in favor of